Hello guys, Sanjay here, and as you can see I have the LeTV LE1S and the Redmi Note 3 over here with me. And this Redmi Note 3 over here is a MediaTek Helio X10 variant and not the Snapdragon variant which is going to launch in India. I do not have the Snapdragon variant as of now, so I won't be able to compare both the devices, but I do have the Helio X10 variant. So let's go ahead and compare them and let's see what are the advantages of LeTV LE1S and what are the advantages of having Redmi Note 3. So let's get started. And surprisingly enough, both the phones have a lot in common. 5.5-inch display, which is 1080p. If we come to the rear side, 13 megapixel camera, fingerprint sensor, and if we go on the top, then we will have IR blaster sensor over here, and 5 megapixel front facing camera for both the devices, Helio X10 processor, 32GB internal storage, 3GB of RAM, and all these specs are almost identical. Few minor differences are like the LeTV LE1S has USB Type-C port, whereas Redmi Note 3 has a micro USB port. Yeah, I guess that's the only difference that they have. But anyways, let's start with the build quality of both the devices. And both the devices have unibody metal design, so metal is present on both the devices. But according to me, 1S has a better body to hold in hand, and as the LE1S has slab-like structure, like it's easy to hold. But whereas on the Redmi Note 3 it has curvy edges, it is good to hold but it is quite slippery according to me. The metal used on the LE1S feels a lot less slippery as compared to Redmi Note 3. But overall both the phones look amazing, and yes, overall metal body is good, and as they have unibody metal design, both the phones will get warm if you use them for a long period of time, but nothing uncomfortable on both the phones, which is a very good thing according to me. But if I have to vote in build quality in both the devices, then I'll give my vote to LE1S just because it's better to hold in hand and it fits better in the hand as compared to the Redmi Note 3. And after build quality, now let's talk about the fingerprint sensors on both the devices. And I have to say, both the devices have amazing fingerprint sensors. So if I just do like this, the devices Redmi Note 3 got unlocked, but this did not. Let's lock it again and let's try once again. So as you can see, both the devices got unlocked pretty fast. Once again. And yes, fingerprint sensor on both the devices is amazing, like super awesome. Now let's talk about the gaming performance on both the devices. I have not done any type of gaming review for the Redmi Note 3, but I have played few games like Modern Combat 5 and Asphalt 8 or the NFS No Limits, and all those games were completely playable and no issues whatsoever with the Redmi Note 3. And same is the case with LeTV LE1S or La1S, as the company suggests you to call it. Both the phones are amazing for gaming, and I guess that is because of the Helio X10 processor and the 3GB of RAM. I have done a gaming review of Xiaomi Redmi Note 2, which also has Helio X10 processor but 2GB of RAM, and on that device also gaming performance was very good. So yeah, I was expecting a very good performance on both these devices. And yes, if you are a gamer, then do not worry, both the devices will give you amazing performance in gaming department. So now let's talk about the display on both the devices, and both the devices have 5.5-inch 1080p display, but I have some issues with La1S or LeTV LE1S that the display is a little bit saturated, or it's cool in my opinion. And I have checked with my other friends also, and even they felt that the display on LeTV LE1S is a little bit saturated. But there are no such issues with the Redmi Note 3's display. The colors and everything is very accurate, and it's pleasant to watch videos on the Redmi Note 3. And if we look at the viewing angles, once again Redmi Note 3 scores a little higher in this. So as you can see, in display department my vote will go to Redmi Note 3 just because the display is greatly calibrated and it looks amazing on Redmi Note 3 as compared to LE1S. And after this, now let's talk about the battery life on both the devices. LeTV LE1S has a 3000 mAh battery, whereas Redmi Note 3 has 4000 mAh battery, and that makes a lot of difference because on LeTV LE1S you can get maximum of 4 hours of screen on time, but whereas on the Redmi Note 3 it can go further and you can get 5 hours of screen on time also, which is a very good thing. According to me, 5 hours of screen on time was like very rare, but 4 hours plus screen on time is guaranteed on the Redmi Note 3. But both the devices can do better in battery department, just software optimizations are needed, and I hope that LeTV and Xiaomi does something to optimize the battery in this, because I'm sure both the devices have greater capabilities. So in battery life, hands down, Redmi Note 3 is the clear winner, and LeTV L11s is little far behind in battery life department. And after this, now let's talk about the call quality on both the devices. Call quality on both the devices was amazing, no issues whatsoever. Both the devices are dual SIM 4G enabled, so if you have 4G SIM cards and if you use 4G in your area, then yeah, no issues whatsoever with both the devices. I personally did not try 4G connection because I do not have one, but I tried everything on 2G and everything was perfectly fine on 2G, so I hope that everything will work on 4G also. And after this, now let's talk about the day-to-day life performance, which is the most important thing according to me. And as I said, both the devices have Helio X10 and 3GB of RAM. So yes, performance on both the devices is almost identical. That is, it is buttery smooth, no hiccups, no lags whatsoever. Even if you try to open heaviest game, there are no issues whatsoever. Let's try some speed test over here and let's see which phone has better optimized software. And let's go into let's clear all the applications first. So there are no applications running in the background, as you can see. Let's open up Twitter application and let's see which one opens it faster. LeTV L11s opened it little faster. And after this, it's time for YouTube application. So let's open up the YouTube application. Redmi Note 3 was a winner, and as you can see, there is not much of a difference. It's just 1 second or even less than that. Let's try Amazon application now and let's see which one opens it faster. Come on. Okay, Redmi Note 3 once again. And this brings me to another point, that is software. And I have to say that software on LeTV L11s is not that well optimized as compared to Redmi Note 3's MIUI. But in software department, if I'm giving 9 out of 10 points to the Redmi Note 3, then I'll give 8 out of 10 for the LeTV L11s. But the issues which are present on LeTV L11s can be fixed with software update, and I hope that LeTV does that very fast. And after this, now let's talk about the camera on both the devices, and let's take a picture over here. So this is the picture that I have taken with both the devices, and as you can see, the colors and the details which are present on the Redmi Note 3 are far better as compared to LeTV L11s. So this is the picture which I have taken with LeTV L11s, and this is the picture which I have taken with Redmi Note 3. And yes, I have tested them with a few other sample shots also, and I found that Redmi Note 3's camera performance is better as compared to LeTV L11s. And I'm sure that the camera which is going to be on the Snapdragon variant of Redmi Note 3, which is going to launch in India soon, is going to be the same camera module which is present on this Redmi Note 3, which is Helio X10 variant. And after this, now let's switch to front facing camera. So let's take a picture now. And as you can see, this is the picture. On the LeTV L11s, the picture looks very good unless and until you zoom in. But on the Redmi Note 3, even if you zoom in a little bit, the picture looks pretty good. So this is the picture that I have taken with LeTV L11s, and this is the picture that I have taken with Redmi Note 3. And once again, in this, both the cameras are almost same in front facing camera, but I'll give my vote to Redmi Note 3 just because of the clarity and the details which are preserved in Redmi Note 3 as compared to LeTV L11s. And camera is one of the things that I did not like in L11s. Pictures taken on the LeTV L11s are a lot softer when we compare it with Redmi Note 3, and that is why I did not like the camera on LeTV L11s. And now let's talk about the USB ports which are present on these devices. So LeTV L11s has USB Type-C port, which is a future-proof thing, and most of the devices which are going to launch in 2016 will have USB Type-C port, or rather high-end phones will have USB Type-C port, and micro USB port is present on the Redmi Note 3. Quick charge is present on both the devices, but I found that quick charge which is present on LeTV L11s is a lot quicker as compared to Redmi Note 3. But even though LeTV L11s has quick charge which is faster, battery life is not that great, and on the Redmi Note 3 battery life is very good, but there is no quick charge like LeTV L11s. So I would say that both the phones are almost identical in charging and battery life. And once again, they got unlocked pretty fast with the fingerprint. I just did like this and they got unlocked. And after this, now let's talk about the speakers on both the devices. So this is the sound from LeTV L11s. And this is the sound from Redmi Note 3. And both the devices have almost identical speaker. They are not the loudest that I have heard, but both the speakers have a very good clarity in my opinion. So yeah, this is it for the comparison between LeTV A11s and the Redmi Note 3 over here. And in my final opinion, I would say that if you are someone who needs quick charging and can charge the device again and again, and you want a very good build quality which is very good to hold in hand and looks like iPhone kind of, then you should go with LeTV A11s. But if camera is your priority, or if battery life is your topmost priority, then you should go with Redmi Note 3. There is no issue whatsoever. And one extra point for the display quality on the Redmi Note 3 also. And according to me, both the devices are pretty good. Even if you buy one of these devices, or if you have bought any device already, then no issues. Even if you have bought LeTV A11s, nothing to worry about. Even if you have bought Redmi Note 3, nothing to worry about. But my vote will slightly go to Redmi Note 3 just because of the display quality and the battery life on this device. But the pros which I am talking about right now on the Redmi Note 3 might not be the same pros for the Snapdragon variant. Snapdragon variant might have different things, like it may not have the same display quality which is present on this Helio X10 variant, but it may have quick charging also. So let's wait and let's see what are the things that we will get with the Redmi Note 3 Snapdragon variant, which is going to be very interesting. So yeah, this is it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and let's see if we can reach 555 likes on this video. That is 555 likes on this video. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.